Hello, my name is Aiden Scott, and today I'm going to be presenting on the printing press. So a little bit of history of the printing press. So it was first invented in China, and it is unknown exactly what year it was invented, but the first printed text started to appear in 868 AD. And this started with woodblock printing, which started to replace scrolls with the traditional book format. In 1086, the first press with movable blocks was made by Bixing using clay blocks. And in 1297, Wang Qin further improved the efficiency of the printing press, and this allowed for Nangshu, which was a pamphlet, to become the first mass-produced printed text. So the reason why most of us know of the printing press is because of the Gutenberg press, which was made by Johannes Gutenberg in 1450. Some of the innovations that made his design really revolutionary was he replaced wood blocks with metal ones, and he created the European version of movable print. He designed a special ink, which was specially designed to stick to metal, and his design utilized the same concept as a wine press, but instead of pressing grapes, it would press the paper into the ink with the blocks. And in 1452, the Gutenberg Bible started to be printed. The significance of the Gutenberg press is that it started the spread of printing throughout Europe throughout the second half of the 15th century. It allowed for greater availability of information, which challenged the power structure of Europe. In 1501, the church banned printing outside of the church's permission because of the printing of books by Martin Luther starting to spread throughout Europe. And the first official newspaper started to be distributed in 1605. So some further developments of the printing press throughout the next 350 years. The first all-metal press was made in England in 1795. And in 1790, stereography was developed in Paris, which allowed for a greater scale of printing, reducing the cost of it. And mechanical presses are perfected in the United States in 1857, allowing for an even greater scale of printing, allows for even more stuff to be printed. And also the printing of images gets perfected over the years using a variety of different techniques. In the early 20th century, a technique called offset was discovered, where they would press the paper against a rubber blanket, and this created the most superior form of print yet. And this is the form of printing that is used throughout the rest of the 20th century. So the reason why the printing press got phased out is because of the onset of the digital age. Digital printers started coming into prominence in the 1960s, and by the 1990s, they were widely available, which really started to phase out the printing press. Digital printing eliminated the need for presses and for letter casting, making the process of printing much cheaper and even more efficient. In the 2010s, digital printing was by far the most common form of printing in the world because of the quality and the cost compared to traditional printing presses. However, the impact of the printing press is still felt in today's society. The printing press allowed for information to flow more freely and for ideas to be exchanged due to the increased scale of books and news that could be distributed. Newspapers came into prominence, which is especially in the United States is important because of the dissemination of information is a big part of our cultural identity. And ultimately, the printing press helped pave the way for the freedom of information that we enjoy in our society today. So even though the printing press is no longer around, its impact on our history is still felt today because of the flow of information that it started. Thank you for listening to my presentation today. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Thank you.